Hello YouTube, welcome into what is going to be a little bit more than just a typical part 0 from me. We're talking about Hammurabi, and he's such a unique civ that I'm going to take this opportunity to go in depth. We're going to talk a little bit about what his main abilities are, and then also the potential of what you can do with him. So hopefully buckle in. This will be a little bit longer of a video because we've got a lot to talk about. So let's start with abilities. This first one, I'm not even going to try with these names. They're too hard, sorry. When each specialty district type, except the government plaza, is constructed for the first time, receive the lowest production cost building that can currently be constructed in that district. So what that means is, like, when you build your first campus, you get a free library. Very, very valuable and powerful ability. Think about getting your workshop for free, your market for free, then you get more traders, lighthouse, etc., etc. Pretty cool ability. It only happens once, so it's the first time you build that district you get it. It doesn't matter where that district is. Doesn't have to be in your cap, can be elsewhere. And then beyond that, receive an envoy when any other district is constructed for the first time. So that's a lot of free envoys. There's some potential there with, barbarian clans mode and just envoys and suzerains and stuff in general are quite good. Now let's talk about the bread and butter of what makes Babylon work. Eurekas provide all of the science for technologies, but minus 50% science per turn. It's a fascinating, unique ability, and it opens up so many interesting and unique play paths. The first time I played them, we kind of did the biplane meta, jokingly, but we basically were able to get to biplanes crazy fast because you can just get through the tech tree in such a weird, unique way. It creates a lot of interesting choices about what you're doing and the pacing at which you do it. We're gonna dive into this a little bit further in just a second, but let's finish up with the other abilities. We have a unique ancient era melee unit. Plus 17 combat strength against heavy and light cavalry promotion class, and 3 movement speed and sight. So it's early era score. It's really strong against like barb horsemen, or if anybody else is attacking with horses and stuff. And can kind of serve as a scout unit as well with the 3 movement. I still think you want some proper scouts as their promotion tree is quite good. But very, very nice to have this early era score. You do not start with one, you just start with a regular warrior, but it's nice to have that. And then we have the Palgam. This is a watermill replacement, which I'm a huge fan of. This is 1 full housing and 2 production, and then all freshwater tiles receive 1 extra food. So remember that you do have to be on a river. You have to have a freshwater river. But if you can get this, it's really good. It's also not where watermills typically are. It's over here in irrigation. So normally water mills down at Wheel. So I want to talk more in depth about what Hammurabi can do. First of all, he tests your knowledge of Eurekas as you go throughout the game. But there are some fascinating play paths. So one of the ones that comes to mind, he's an excellent. He can be a very good science civ, but he's a top tier domination civ because you can just unlock future units crazy fast. Super fun. So remember, just get the Eureka and you get the full tech, right? So some early paths. Kill a unit with a slinger gets you archers. 3 archers gets you crossbows. This happens fast. Now you need to be careful, and you might want to pre-build additional slingers. Because once you have 3 archers, you can't produce regular archers anymore because you will have unlocked crossbows, and there's no strategics for this, so you can't really cheese it either. Keep in mind, one of the things that's going to be very valuable with him is gold production. So maintenance of 3 on crossbows. The unlocking crazy, like, fast, man-at-arms and stuff like that is really cool, but you do need to be able to afford it. And oftentimes you will outscale your culture policies, right? So your ability to produce units at like a 50% extra clip goes away oftentimes, right? Because it's ancient, like your first ones are ancient and classic era. Can't do that anymore. So you do have to pay attention to it, but you can unlock crossbows so fast, and crossbows could be enough to absolutely wipe out a civ if you can get enough of them and fast enough. So just early crossbows, really fast, and then 2 crossbows gets you, where is it? See, it's even testing my knowledge. 2 crossbows gets you bombards / pike and shots, right? So you can get to early pike and shots. You can get to a Renaissance era unit basically at the same time that you would just have archers. Like super early in the game, like I'm talking probably turn 50, you could have the ability to build or buy pike and shots. Now, again, scaling, right? Very expensive in terms of both production and maintenance. So you have to pay attention to things like this. But again, really unique play paths in terms of domination and or science, right? So that's one that comes to mind. Infrastructure wise, like unlocking commercial hubs early is super nice. You send out that first trade route, boom, you're good to go. Kill 3 barbarians gets you iron. Iron mine gets you swords. And then it's a little bit longer to get to like gunpowder and stuff. I find that the melee route here isn't as fast as you might like it to be. But so land domination works crazy well. Apprenticeship, so infrastructure-wise, 3 mines, unlocking that industrial zone. If you can build 2 industrial zones and get 2 workshops, boom, you're at industrialization. Okay, this is similar to the path we went the first time where I was doing the biplane rush. Coal mine and ironclad gets you, where are we at? The factory. Industrial Aero Wonder, so Ruhr Valley, if you build it, you can get to biplanes. That's one of the things. Aerodromes can get you further. 2 biplanes gets you to bombers. You'll need aluminum for this. That's a national park. That's a little harder to do, so don't skimp on your culture either. But where's my coal mine related stuff? Sorry. I can't remember now. You guys are probably screaming at your screens because I'm sure you know. Coal power plant gives you battleships, very unique, and also you'll have coal unlocked at this time. So your naval domination route is incredibly interesting. In fact, naval stuff in general is super interesting. Improve 2 resources and get 2 galleys. Unlocking shipbuilding is crazy early. Ability to get your land units to embark, right? Super, super good. And then 2 harbors gets you all the way to cartography, which is really, really powerful as well. Like a lumber mill unlocks Venetian for you. Like you can get so fast, and it can be weird, right? It can be super, super weird because like, okay, all of a sudden I have 2 shipyards and I have to get ironclads. I need to get that coal online so I can have ironclads, etc. But there's just some really, really fascinating ways to get super deep into the tech tree really, really early. There's steel. There's the coal mine and ironclad that I was trying to think about, which improves your lumber mills, by the way. So like some of these probably not often thought about bonuses can be really, really strong. In fact, the one that I was just thinking about, 2 shipyards and getting 2 extra movement for embarked units is very, very strong. But specifically with harbors, going a naval route, getting this 2 extra gold from your fishing boats is very, very nice. Remember, we're talking about maintenance costs and the ability to buy things. Being gold focused, being culture focused makes a lot of sense with Hammurabi. So there's such interesting stuff you can do. You can really accelerate into atomic era stuff very quickly as well. Like couple aerodromes unlock helicopters. It's pretty interesting. Where are they? Because I never remember. There's special ops. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Rangers. Rangers build a niter mine. You could do Ranger domination. Industrial era unit. All you have to do is get niter super, super fast. Niter is just an aqueduct. To get to an aqueduct, you need ancient walls. To get to ancient walls, you need a quarry. Just 5 techs, and you're in the industrial era. So just really unique, really fun. I love this. This is maybe one of my favorite civs. I've really only played them a couple times. But because of the unique play paths, it can really stretch your brain. Add in tech shuffle mode for bonus fun, so that you can't cheat as well. But yeah, I'm trying to think of. I think there's one other thing I wanted to mention before we got to end this, but I can't think of it right now. Anyways, some of these later ones, like in terms of him being an actual science civ, it can be very, very difficult because a lot of these late ones are scientist inspired. Now there are great scientists that can boost all your information text and stuff for you, but spying and having to rely on the AI to do anything can be a little bit tricky. But in terms of like raw science output, you're not going to have a lot. But what you value much, much higher are these eureka scientists and stuff, right? So even like this or great library, super interesting because you're not going to get all the scientists, right? Like AI is going to grab some. But these eureka ones wind up being really, really interesting. There are other eurekas on engineers and things like that as well. So prioritize great people points, not necessarily your campus adjacency. Like if you see like a +4 campus, but it's 3 tiles out and you can get a +2 right away, just get the +2. You don't need to worry about the raw science as much as you normally would in a game. But that's Hammurabi. He's crazy fun. Try him out. Do some funky domination type stuff, and let me know what your favorite way of playing this guy is, because he's just awesome. He's also got that resting. Never mind. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to stop by twitch.tv/thegamemechanic and join us live in person on the internet. We'll see you then.